This is the Love Freak coming at you. And you already know, gotta have my little tool right here. I got my throat chakra bowl for you today because we will be discussing some things with that. But if you're new to the Love Freak, I just want to introduce myself. My name is G, aka her, she, goddess. Go follow me on Instagram. So, what is the Love Freak? The Love Freak is the love frequency. It's about being on these high vibrations so that we can spread love throughout the world. And I don't mean superficial love. I'm talking about that deep aspect of love. That self-love, that agape love, those meaningful things. Not just what they tell you that love is, because a lot of people really don't know what love is. But the world is changing. The world is going to a space that it has not been before. We are definitely going... This is a time to be alive, I'll tell you that much. This is a time to be alive, and it helps to be on the right frequency of it, if that makes sense. Like, if you are still operating on the world and how the world views things, then it's time to kind of step into a new self. It's kind of to step into a higher self. And what do I mean about a higher self? Well, everything in the universe is not just one dimension. There's multiple dimensions when it comes to the universe. Just like if you had caught the past episodes of The Love Freak, I talked about chakras and just your energy body and how there are layers to that. Unseen layers, subtle layers that we all have, whether you believe in it or not. Whether you think that's just that foo-foo and that's just that evil stuff, whatever. You can think that stuff all you want to, but it doesn't negate the fact that it's facts. And science is actually finally coming together with the spiritual community to prove that certain things exist. Prove that certain energies exist. So if you're not opening your eyes, it's time to. And so when I talk about being in your higher self, that just means being in your more divine self and not to operate so much in your lower self. And a lot of that has to do with chakras. Boom. We love chakras. And that's the basics. Chakras is the basics of what it means when we talk about energy. And so if you're just kind of getting into this whole energy thing, if it's just kind of getting into your awakening, then I advise you to really look into the chakras. And chakras are these vortexes of energy that are aligned in our spines from the root to the crown. Yes, we all have crowns, so wear them proudly. But not everybody has full openings of their chakras or of their energy fields. Some people are operating with them closed. They're operating with them blocked, or just underdeveloped, or even overdeveloped, okay? In many ways. It's all about knowing where you're at when it comes to your energy and when it comes to healing your energy, okay? Because it's really all up to us on how we heal ourselves. We can't look outside of ourselves. There's nothing that's going to come to save us. And I mean, as much as we would like to think that, is not going to happen. We have to save ourselves. And the way that we save ourselves is to look within and start really channeling these energies that are in our bodies. Because nobody, look, we come into this world ourselves, we gonna leave this world ourselves. So don't be looking for no man, no woman, no, this or that to come and save you. You gotta save yourselves. And so you gotta heal yourselves. You gotta focus on yourself. So I want to talk a little bit more about the chakras. I know we talked about it a little bit last time when I had on the Reiki Master. when she discussed a lot about chakras, but she discussed energy, she discussed Reiki, but I want to get a deeper look on chakras because I believe that is the base of understanding when it comes to our energy system. So, when it comes to chakras, we have 7 of them. 7 of them that align our bodies. At least, we have way more than that, but let's focus on the 7. So, the first one that we have lies down to our coccyx. And that is the root chakra. Associated with the color red. And that chakra is pretty much our foundation. It's our survival. It's our connection to others. It's our root. That's why they call it the root chakra. And when that is not balanced, then you are living in, and that's another thing, it's security. So if that's not balanced, and you may live with a lot of fear, if you have a lot of fear, if you're unstable in your environment, in your emotions, then you may need to really focus on balancing your root chakra. If it's overactive, then I think that's when fear comes in. It can be overactive, it can be underactive. So you want to really see how you are balanced. And the way you can balance that is to just honestly, what I do is I feel like the base of my foot. And I'll just literally focus my attention and my energy on my feet, and then just feeling my feet like grounded in the earth. Just being like, I'm here in my body. And the reason why I've worked with that chakra a lot is because I'm an air sign. I'm a Gemini. Air, water. So I'm always here. I'm always in my head. I'm always in my mind, in my imagination. So I always have to ground myself. And another way is just to go for a walk, go out in nature, and just connect with the earth. The earth itself. I went hiking the other day, and I connected with just the element of earth. And it helped to ground me. It helped to bring me to this place of existence. And so I just feel like that's important. It's very important. Some people are more stronger than others. But like I said, you just got to know where you're at. The next one that I want to talk about is, the next one up is our sacral chakra. Our sacral chakra is definitely associated with the love freak. And the reason why I say that is because it is that feminine energy. It is that creative energy. It's that reproductive energy. It's that sexual energy. It is that, helps with that imagination. It's associated with the color yellow. And it is located in our reproductive organs, in that area just a little below the navel. And when that's off, we may feel a little stagnant in that area. Maybe we're not as creative. Maybe we're not as expressive. I know when I had been going through life as a woman, but I didn't make really good decisions when it came to my sacral. You know what I'm saying? Because when it's overactive, you can be hypersexual, right? When it's overactive, you can be hyposexual. That means you ain't getting none, or you getting a lot. So it's good to stay neutral in that, right? So just know where you're at. But I remember in my younger days, I think it was a little hyper. It was a little overactive, and I didn't make no good decisions. And so I went from a hyperactive sacral to like a hypoactive sacral, and then I was kind of just all jacked up from there. But I believe, especially as women, we need to find that balance, and that's that water element with us. It's how we can be expressive. It's how we can be creative. It's how we can be divinely feminine. Okay, and we gotta tap into that more often. But I will definitely get more into that as the Love Freq grows. We will definitely be talking about the sacral chakra, how to balance that, how to keep that healthy. There are ways to keep that healthy. There's such practices that you can do, like yoni steaming, yoni eggs, and just being aware and taking care of yourself down there. You want to smell good. I mean, you just want to feel good. You don't want to just allow that sexual energy to flow out into the world. You want to use that energy and have it flow up so that you can use it for your greater good. And we'll definitely be getting there because it's some powerful information associated with the sacral chakra that I think will benefit a lot. So we'll get there. The next chakra is our solar plexus. Solar plexus right here above the navel. That is associated with the color yellow, right? That's the yellow. And that is our intuition. That's our success. That's our courage, our drive. Courage is also heart, but the ability to exert that courage. And so it can be underactive if you're feeling stuck in your success. If you're feeling like, dang, I just can't get ahead, like what's going on, like if you feel like there's like obstacles or something that's blocking you from just going forward with what you're trying to do, going forward with your life and your purpose, then you need to maybe work on solar plexus. Okay, maybe you need to get that fire, and that's what it is, that fire element. Maybe you need to get that fire element going, and that's the solar plexus. It can be overactive. I already talked about underactive. It can be overactive by those people who are just too dang on confident, arrogant, ego. They think they just the know-it-all-ish, and they feel superior to everybody else because there are people who are highly successful, but they're super overactive in that chakra, and they can definitely balance it for real. And this is another interesting thing about the chakras. So so women, because this is geared a lot to women. If you notice those women who are just those go-getters, a lot of the times women can take from their sacral and they channel it up to their solar plexus for their success. Those, I don't need no man, all that stuff. What they're doing is they're taking from that sacral chakra and they're allowing it to go into that solar plexus so that they can be successful. So that they're not, maybe not reproducing. A lot of women who are very successful maybe don't have kids and all that stuff because they're using that energy for their drive, for success. And that may be good or bad depending on who you are. But that's just a method that you can use. If you feel like, if you're a woman out there and you're just like, I just want to be successful, I need to get things going, shut down that sexual energy. You know what I'm saying? If you're giving it up to undeserving men, shut that down. Like, this is one thing I say. If you are not where you are wanting to be in life, you should not be having sex. You should not be having sex at all. You should use and keep and cultivate your energy until you get to where you need to be. Don't be giving it away unless that other being can help you get to where you need to be. That is where we're at. That's also associated with survival. I was like, if you're giving it up to somebody who don't deserve all of you, and then you find yourself kind of trying to survive because now it's taken from your root chakra, then you need to stop giving it up. Shut it down. Shut the yoni down. She may need a rest. Your womb is probably saying, yo, chill. I need to be successful. I need to get to my place in life. This is all about survival. Anyways. But we'll get more into that too as the episodes go. This is just an introduction to what I'm talking about. So anyway, so the next one is our heart chakra. So we're going up. We're coming from the root all the way up to the crown. So the next one is our heart chakra. Obviously, it's right here in our heart center. Associated with the color green, but it can also be associated with the color pink. And the reason why I'm talking about the colors is because when we get to the crystals, right, because we do the crystals of the week every week, is because you can find crystals and stones that are these colors, and you could meditate on the chakras depending on what color of the stone or the crystal is. So it is associated with the chakras. So the heart is green, associated with love, of course, the love frequency. So when that is closed, we hate. when you have an underdeveloped heart chakra, oh my God, you're a bah humbug. Everybody gets on my nerves. I don't like people. That's kind of like the attitude you may develop. Or you just might be someone who closes everyone out. And leave me alone. I don't need no love. I don't need nobody. I don't need no friends. Darling. If it's overactive, you give too much. You give too much. Like, as women, we can be overly nurturing at times. And then we don't give any of that energy to ourselves. And that means it's flowing in the wrong direction because you're giving it out to everybody. And then you feel depleted. And then all of a sudden you have all kind of issues and things going on with you because you haven't been taking care of yourself. You haven't been loving yourself. And that's where self-love comes in. Self-love comes in when we take care of our heart chakras. It's very necessary to take care of our heart chakras. And the reason why I say that is because I can attest to having a closed heart chakra. Because, we all go through things in life. We all go through that roller coaster in life. And I have been coming out of that down slope. I'm on the up now on this roller coaster, and it's only going to keep going up. You might go down a little bit, but it's going to keep going up. But I've been there. I have been there to where my heart was closed. Like, I was thinking it was black. It was like, I think my heart's black at some point. Like, somehow. But it was protection. It was my defense mechanism. Because I was like, let me keep certain people out. Or people out in general. Because I was too open. So when you're too open, you have vultures out there who just take from your heart. Oh, she's willing to give. She's willing to do this. And then you get hurt so damn bad. And then it just closes. As a defense. Because your body's going to protect itself. It's going to protect itself however it needs to. And you don't want to walk around with a closed heart. Because it don't feel too good. That can lead to depression. It can lead to just excessive anger. Acidity, which can lead to dis-ease in the body. And we don't want to have that. We want to be open, but we want to be balanced. We want to be balanced. We don't want to be overly giving, and we don't want to be overly closed off. And there is different aspects of the heart energy, such as the will. If you are into Kemetic, ancient Egypt spirituality, there's Heru. He is the will. He's associated with the heart chakra. It's about that will to do what you need to do. Like, I have the will to do something. And then it's also associated with that drive to get it done. Like, if I have the will, I also have to have the drive to get it done. And also the protection. So if something gets in my way, I know to protect anything from penetrating or stopping me from getting to where I need to be so that I can continue on to what I need to do and my purpose and my passion, right? Which passion, of course, is associated with the heart. And all of these, if you're kind of like in tune with what I'm kind of saying right now, you'll sense that all of these are kind of interconnected. So one is, they don't operate separately. They operate together. And I'll get to that when I'm done. But the next one after the heart is our throat chakra. Right? Our throat. And of course, that's in our throat. See how easy it is to remember these things? So our throat chakra is associated with the color blue. And if you're watching this on live on Facebook, then you'll see I have my little Tibetan singing bowl. If you're listening, just tune in. Tap in. Look. That is my little Tibetan singing bowl, and it's blue, and its resonance is for the throat chakra. And that is our ability to speak our truth. That is our ability to speak out against things that are not in alignment with our values. If it's underactive, maybe we don't speak up. You know how you kind of get that knot in your throat and you're like, you can't speak up, like you want to say something but you just don't. That means that there is a blockage in your throat chakra because something is stopping you, and it literally is a physical, like, you have actually a physical feeling to it because you feel that knot. That's a blockage, and you got to figure out what that blockage is. Why are you not speaking your truth? Right? If it's overactive, and I know y'all know people, because right now I've been that person where you just talk, they just be talking, and then sometimes they just be talking, and then you be like, you just saying a little too much. So you just talking a whole lot, chatterboxes and all that. That's when it's just overactive. So it's good to be able to have a balance because it associated with effective communication. And one aspect of effective communication is the ability to listen. It's not just talking. It's knowing when to be silent and then when to actually say something. So if you're somebody who talk too much and you don't listen and you don't hear other people because you're too busy talking, that will affect how you communicate with people. Okay? So take that in consideration with yourself. I was dealing with some throat chakra issues last week, and I was like, no, darling. But it was within good reason. I was dealing with it because I intentionally was doing a throat chakra healing, and it was bringing
Here's what
up.
I found.
Oh, I don't know, my watch talking to me. I wasn't talking to you. Siri thinking I'm talking to her. My bad, y'all. See, throat chakra. Phones talking. So I was dealing with like throat chakra issues, or so it seemed, but it was because I was clearing out so much things in my throat chakra that I was healing. I was going through an intense healing in my throat chakra, and it was literally bringing out like past life stuff, which was cool, but it didn't feel good. You know what I'm saying? So just know to take care of your voice. Take care of your voice because everybody has a voice. We all have a voice, and the way we tap into that is to tap into this chakra. The next one, our third eye, or as some of our spiritual gurus like to call it, our first eye. And that is the pineal gland sitting at the center of the brain. And it is our spiritual eye, our ability to see, our vision. And before I even begin with that, let me explain. From the throat chakra up, right? So after the heart chakra is in the middle. From the throat chakra up is our higher consciousness, right? So therefore, when these are blocked, and anyways, let me finish, because then I can get into that. I'm a tangent type person. Let me not go on that tangent, but I'm gonna loop it back to this. So pay attention. So our first eye is associated with the color purple, lavender, any of those associated colors. Amethyst is a good stone for it. But it's good for, like, we can open up through meditation. So when you're meditating and you're visualizing and you're seeing things, a lot of people have telepathic abilities where they can actually see spirits and go to the astral realms. They can really tap into their dreams lucidly, or just being aware of what their dreams are. And that's just a way to help your first eyes, just to be aware of that aspect of yourself. It can be closed when you have an inability to have vision, when you don't have vision, when you can't see things on a certain wavelength or a certain you know what I mean, like if you don't have a purpose, there we go, if you don't have a vision or purpose, then it's hard to see what it is that you want to do. So if you're going through something and you're like, man, I want to do something with myself. I want to do something with my life. I know I have something in my heart, but I just don't know what it is. Then that's when you need to actually kind of work here with your third eye, because it might be closed. And then the opposite, if it's overactive, you might just be seeing things. And that's kind of like, it can get to the extreme of maybe schizophrenic. You might see all kind of things like what the heck was that running around? Hallucinations and all that. So be careful when working with the third eye. And that is why it's important to ground yourself when working with the third eye. You gotta stay grounded so that you don't get to a place where you're too in another realm of existence where people can't really relate to you anymore. People are like, they weird, they kind of interesting. You know what I mean? Who cares what people think, but you don't want to be that person. You still want to be able to operate in this reality. You still want to be able to operate in this world. So that's the third eye. You'll hear about the third eye a lot in Awakening. Then you have one of my favorite chakras. A chakra that I had to learn to open. I had to learn how to really cultivate. I had to learn that it was very important to protect. And that is our crown chakra. That is our crown. That sits on the very top of you, right? That's right here. That is your ability to receive from the divine. It is our crown and what's make you royal. So a lot of people talk about, hey queen, hey king, and all that stuff. But to truly have that divine aspect of yourself, you must have a balanced crown. And I've seen the underactive aspect of your crown chakra. When it's underactive, then that means you really don't have a lot of self-love. That means that's when you really are allowing others to take advantage of you in many ways. You definitely can feel depressed in that way because you don't see yourself as worthy. You don't see yourself as value when you have an underactive crown chakra. Because we all are royalty. Isn't that beautiful? Like, we all are royalty if we know how to tap into that crown chakra. You see how we all can be on levels, like nobody's better than you. Nobody, just because they're doing this, maybe because their chakras are aligned. You know what I'm saying? They're here because they're maybe more stronger in this area, their chakras, but it doesn't mean that you can't. All you gotta do is work on it. I've seen people, now let me tell you this though. Let me tell y'all this. I've seen people who have overactive crown chakras where they get into this God complex, is what I like to call it. I used to follow this guy on Instagram. Or not Instagram, he was on YouTube. And he was very knowledgeable, highly intelligent. And I'm not going to mention his name because it's totally not relevant and I don't want to give him any shine. But he was very popular and he... very intelligent. He gave him very good knowledge, enlightenment, and all that stuff. But it got to a point where the popularity went to his head, literally. It went to his head where he was now this all-knowing, and you'll see this a lot with these so-called conscious leaders. These conscious leaders who are emerging now. It's because they're really getting here. The people talk about you got your head big. It's because your crown chakra is a little overactive. And they get this God complex and they think they're the all-knowing, all-being, all-whatever. And it's like, calm yourself. You ain't nobody about to bow down, right? Because anybody can come up. And guess what? Anybody can be humbled as well. So when you start to think that you're better than other people, when you start to think that, other people are beneath you, then that's when you maybe need to get your crown chakra a little bit more balanced out. And I know some people don't like to hear the word humbled, but humbled is not necessarily such a bad thing. Humbled could just mean that you are, you have that divinity, but you also know so does everybody else. is knowing that we are all equal in that aspect of when we all connect and open up our chakras, we all have that equal ability to all become who we need to become and really rise on this frequency of higher vibrations. And that leads me back to what I was saying in the beginning when I'm talking about the chakras and being in our higher self and in our lower self. And it has to do with the chakras, because this world right now, the society, this Western world, is dealing with chakra issues. Definitely heart issues, but chakra issues. And the reason why the issues of the chakras are happening is because people are dealing with so much blockages, and it's because of just how society's operating. And when you're on a lot of people are operating here on this Western society with their lower chakras. That's their base chakras, their survivor chakras, their sexual chakras, success chakras. Like, people are literally only operating on the root, the sacral, and the solar plex. And that keeps you at your animalistic nature. And so they're not rising above that. It's like there's a cap. There's like something that's usually the heart, right? That's why the love frequency is very important, because a lot of people are operating on these lower chakras, and so you have greed, you have selfishness, you have inconsideration, you have just people want to have sexual conquests, you have just people who are just out here to survive, and that by any means necessary, whether I have to knock you down to get there. And that is why we need to open up our hearts. But you don't want to just open up your hearts if those aren't balanced as well, right? Because if those aren't balanced, then it's going to mess up it's going to affect your heart. And your heart's going to protect itself by blocking itself or being overactive or underactive. So you just got to have these alignments and but you have to know to work on them and balance them. And that is why when we come into our throat chakras, our third eye chakras, and our crown chakras, those are our higher selves. That's when we start to open up into our enlightenment. That's when we start to open up into our consciousness. And that's when we start to open up into our divinity. Divine feminine, divine masculine, as opposed to toxic masculinity, toxic femininity. See, there's a difference. And the difference is where we're at in our chakras and in our alignment. You can be totally feminine. You can be that baddest bee walking, right? But if you're not open up to your higher energies, your higher frequencies, then it can be very toxic. Not just to other people around you, but to yourself. You can be very toxic to yourself with that type of energy. And we see that with this whole stripper culture that's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? It can be very toxic. So respect yourselves. Right? Respect others. Be giving, being loving, and all that. So that's what I mean just about being on our higher selves. And that is why, I think that is why the Love Freq is here. The Love Freq is here to be that bridge. Is to be that bridge for you out there. And for myself. I'm not just doing this for me. I'm doing this for us as one. And it's to get you from that lower vibration to the higher vibration and understanding what that even means. We can use these words, but if we're not really incorporating the practices that we need to get there, then we'll be stuck. Because it's like, I need to know what I need to do. I don't know what I don't know unless somebody tells me what I need to know. So that is why we're here. But with that being said, for the crystals of the week. Star is actually out this week. And so, but I'll be giving you the crystals of the week. And then I'll also be giving you the energy medicine. And I will show you a way to balance out your energies so that you can start to get them flowing in the right direction. Because you can sit here and you can listen to me say all day, you need to balance your chakras, you need to do all this. But if you're really not all that tapped into what you need to work on, how do you know you need to work on them? And so with this technique that I have for you, it will bring you to that awareness, because it's automatically going to change your energy direction so that the body will begin to heal itself. Because the body is an intelligent mechanism. The body holds so much wisdom within it, because it's through our DNA. The body knows what to do to heal itself. You just got to get the mind and the ego out the way. But the body knows what it needs to do to heal itself. And I will show you a technique that will tap into those subtle energy systems so that your body can begin to get on the process of healing itself, so that you can be at your best selves, your higher selves. And you can really start to really manifest and attract to you the things that you want and the things that you desire. Not the things that you see other people have, but the things for you, in your purpose and in your alignment. And you're not going to know what that is until you tap in. So stay tuned right here on the Love Freq. And I will have the crystal of the week and that energy medicine for you. In the meantime, in between time, go ahead and go to the Love Freq on Facebook. Go like that page. Also go on Instagram, the Love Freq. And you got the.love.freq. Go follow that page. And then there's also YouTube, just the Love Freq, all one word. And remember, that's FREQ. There's a website as well. Many ways to stay tapped in, tuned in to this information, because it's only going to get deeper from here. So go do that right now, and I'll be back with the crystals of the week. I'll talk to y'all later. All right. So I seen a quote that said that winners depend on discipline and losers depend on motivation. So after I taught today, I decided, you know what? Let me go be disciplined. Let me go let me go do some leg presses. Let me go stick to my routine, because, we got body goals over here. So it's time to stay disciplined, stay focused, and know what your goals are, and stay on the path to achieving those goals. We motivate ourselves by focusing on our vision. So, talk to y'all later. Her, she, goddess, and I'm out. Welcome back. This is the Love Freq. And if you are just tuning in, I had y'all all go and like those pages. Instagram, Facebook is in the comment section if you're watching right now. So go ahead and hit up those pages and, stay in contact with the Love Freq. But we are back. We are back, Nolan. I am G, her, she, goddess. You can also check me out on Instagram on there, her, she, goddess. And I am here with the crystal of the week. Usually we have stars crystals. But like I said, she is living her best life right now. So I'm just letting her, enjoy her time. You know what I'm saying? But she'll be back to do the crystals of the week. But for today, I will be doing it. So one of my favorite crystals is the selenite. The selenite. Boom, right here. The selenite can come as a wand shape. It can come as many shapes, but you'll mainly see it in this wand shape. And I'm going to read a little bit about what selenite is. You like my little crystal book if you're watching? It's crystals, a little introduction to their powers. But you can find crystal books like everywhere. They have this book called the Crystal Bible. And that gives you a list of so many crystals and what they do, their properties, their meanings, their healings, how you can use them, what they're for, and all that stuff. So check it out if you want to get more into crystals, but also YouTube, Google. I mean, information is abundant out here. There's no reason to ever be ignorant about anything. So if you want information, just research it and you'll find it and it will come to you, okay? So the selenite is a form of gypsum crystals, often in wand shape. Selenite is used for clearing and purifying negative energies and activating positive ones. And the reason I like selenite so much is because it charges itself. Like a lot of crystals, what happens is you need to cleanse them, you need to charge them, and all that stuff. But a selenite, you don't need to do that. Like it has those properties within itself to keep itself activated. Although it is very good to charge it anyway, just to kind of help it out. And it gets charged in the moonlight, especially the full moon. The full moon just passed Wednesday, so it's good to put your selenite out into that and just kind of let it absorb that moonlight. It does best in the moonlight. And what I love about my selenite is because I use it to clear the room. I will do like a nice figure 8 pattern in the room, because everything is in figure 8 infinity symbols. And so I do a nice figure 8 pattern where I'm at over my body, or just kind of do like an energy cleansing. So if I need to, I'll take it from my head and I'll take it all the way down to the ground and I'll just cleanse my aura with it. Also, I will take it, and I'm going to show y'all if you're watching, but I have my little rose quartz, but you can charge other crystals on it. And you might even find selenite as a grid, and people will put their other stones on it so that it can charge other stones. So it's a really wonderful, very versatile crystal. I also have it, I call this one, if you're watching, it's a ball. It's a selenite ball. And I always say it looks like the full moon. And I like to hold it, and I feel like it's my crystal ball. I look into it so I can see the future and all that. But it comes in so many forms. It's so fun to just have different shapes and sizes of crystals that you can kind of play with and work with, and they're just so powerful in so many ways. So I use my ball just for fun. I think I can meditate. I just hold it in my hands. And when you're dealing with like selenite and clear quartz, that definitely helps the crown chakra. I forgot to say that's associated. Like the crown chakra is usually a lighter purple or white color like this, like a light color like these crystals. And you can use these to kind of tap into the celestial bodies, to the higher frequencies, to divinity, to your ancestors, to God, or whoever you subscribe to. You allow those higher frequencies to come in through crystals such as this. And like I said, it dispels the negative energy. So if you feel like you have a lot of negative energy, just have the selenite wand and just cleanse your area, cleanse your surroundings, and it can be used for that type of protection. But like I said, we talked about last week, grounding. And so it's important to, even if you're using these type of crystals, it's very important to also use a grounding stone, such as an obsidian, black tourmaline, onyx, etc. There's so many black dark stones out there that are associated with the root chakra. And not just black stones that are associated with the root chakras, but red stones as well, like red jasper and bloodstone is really good for the root chakra. But we'll get into what those really, mainly for other episodes. But I'm just saying there's certain things that you can use, but you got to have a balance. You don't want to be totally up here. You want to stay grounded here because we live here. We're still earthly beings still, as well as high divine beings. We're light, but we're also physical matter. So we still got to keep it real with ourselves on that. So selenite, my favorite. I have this little one here, and I have a big one. It's a plethora of things you can have. So selenite is the crystal of the week. If you want more information, like I said, hit up that Facebook page and inbox me, and I'll give you more information on the selenite and the different ways that you can use it, and maybe even resources on where to get it. You definitely want to be careful where you get your crystals, because maybe some people might not be so honest with the type of crystals they give. And so you want to make sure that you get them from a trusted resource where it's actually authentic crystals. Don't have it to where it's plastic or something like that. I don't even know if you can find, or just rocks, you know what I mean? You got to be careful where you get your crystals. So yes, get you some selenite. It will definitely help. And now what I'm going to get into, I'm going to talk about energy medicine. Energy medicine is my ish. Okay, that's what I like to do. I love energy medicine because we are so tapped into our physical selves. Actually, a lot of us are not really tapped into our physical selves as much as we need to as far as our physical health. But if you can tap into your subtle energy bodies and you can tap into the energetic aspect of your energy and having energy medicine, if you know about as above, so below, if you know about your anything that happens in that spiritual realm manifests into the physical realm. So before you get any type of dis-ease, it's already festering into the spiritual realm. So when you're working with your subtle energy field, you can get rid of all of that before it manifests in the body. You can stop it before it comes here, because once it comes into the body, it had already been showing signs in those other realms. Like I said, your body has wisdom and your body's gonna speak to you, and your body probably already let you know plenty of times. But anyways, here is a technique for you to try right here, right now, that's going to get your energies flowing in the right direction so that you can begin to balance yourself out, balance out your chakras, and allowing yourself to do what you need to do. Maybe it's going to cleanse people out of your lives, situations out of your lives. Let it, if that's the case, okay? But do this every morning, do this every night, do this when you feel like, oh my gosh, my life, too much things going on. Do this, okay? It only takes a couple of seconds to do, but is very powerful and very effective. So what you can do is take your middle index finger and your thumb, and you go to where your clavicle is, and there's like a hollow point right beneath it. There's like a hollow point right beneath your clavicle, and you just tap those energy. You tap right into that center, just very lightly. You don't want to hit it. You don't want to tap too dang on hard, okay? You don't want to do the most. Or you can rub it. You can just kind of give it a nice massage in that area. This is your K2 meridian point. So what this is a main meridian that will help activate all the other meridian systems in your body so that they can start to flow in the right direction if they're flowing in the wrong direction. So if you're getting things that you don't want to happen in your life and all this stuff is happening, just continue to tap here, and then you will be able to change the energy in your life. And if you're somebody who you're new to this and you got a whole lot of clearing to do, just know that it might take you on a journey that you're just gonna have to prepare yourself for. But keep tapping into the Love Freq, because I'm gonna help you on this journey, because it's not an easy journey if you are not awakened to a certain extent. If awakening is something that's new to you, yeah, it's gonna take a lot of cleansing and clearing. But that's why you want to stay connected right here, because we're here for you in your awakening, because we understand what it is like to awaken and to go to that dark place. But guess what? That light at the end of the tunnel is you. So once you can access that light that is you, you will definitely be happy that you went through what you went through, because you will come out somebody totally different. And that's that higher self. So go ahead, tap those energy points right here. Get that energy flowing in the right direction. All you have to do is tap, tap, tap. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale out your mouth. Nice and easy. You do that about 3 times when you wake up, and start your day off in the right way. That way you're not started off all crazy. Start it off just like that, and then you should be good. And let me know how it works out for you if you try it too. It's something that I like to do every day. When I'm feeling like, okay, y'all doing, okay, too much going on. Kids, y'all doing too much, do this. I try to get my kids, tap right here. But don't force them to tap, because they ain't gonna want to do it. It's good for the kids too. It's good for the kids. You can even take the like your hands too. You can just kind of tap around the area. The main thing is just to kind of get that vibration going into that point right there, because even that point right here, around it is a main lymphatic drainage point, so it all connects with the physical body as well, so you can help your lymph system even drain, which gets toxins out of your body just by tapping there too. So it's healthy for your subtle energy bodies, but it's also healthy for your physical body as well. So go ahead and do your energy taps. There's more tapping that you can do. You can go to Hershey Goddess on Instagram, and I have some energy medicine tips for you on there. Let's see. That pretty much concludes for today, darling. Yes, we made it through. And if you rocked it out with me thus far, I appreciate you. Every Sunday, 5 to 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. This is the Love Freq. Catch us on that Facebook page and Instagram. Keep it locked in. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you want to talk. If you want to have something to talk about, topic that you want discussed, looked into, let me know. Otherwise, just keep tapping in, and I'm going to keep awakening you. I'm going to keep, just giving you all that I can give you so that you can be at your highest self, aka your best self. What else is going on? Shout out to the sponsor. It's the G. It's the G. It's all about chi flow. It's all about energy medicine. We do yoga. We do Reiki. We do meditations. We do dance therapy. So hit up It's the G. Tap into chi flow. Pretty soon we'll do some massage therapy, but that's soon. And so shout out to itstheg.com and go support that as well. This has been The Love Freq. Thank you so much for tapping in, tuning in. My name is G, and I'll see you next week.